Precepts regarding the consumption of food. There are 30 disciplinary precepts concerning the consumption of food. 1. Sakacham Pindapatam Patighasamiti Sika Karaniya. Food must be accepted with awareness. One should not look away and allow the serving of every kind of food that one will consume as well as those that one will not consume. 2. Patta Sanni Pindapatam Patigahesamiti Sikka Karaniya. Pay attention to the bowl when receiving food. If food is consumed in a vessel other than a bowl, attention must be paid to such vessel. Do not receive food carelessly, looking here and there. 3. Sammasupakam Pindapatam Patigahesamiti Sikka Karaniya. Only the adequate quantity of 6 of super auxiliary food to match the quantity of rice must be accepted. Super here are dishes made of pulses such as green, gram, beans, gram and lentils that are prepared to be solid enough to be picked up with the fingers. Such curries must be only quarter of the quantity of rice. It is an offense to accept any more. Other curries may be accepted in any desired quantities. Accepting excessive quantities from relatives and peers is not an offense. Accepting on behalf of another or acquiring with one's own wealth is not an offense. Accepting on behalf of another or acquiring with one's own wealth is not an offense. 4. Sammatikam Pindapatam Patigahesamiti Sikka Karaniya. Food must be accepted only up to the lower brim of the bowl. Accepting food to be at a level higher than the rim is an offense, even if the level is higher than the rim at the time of acceptance. If it will settle at a level below the brim, there is no offense committed. This precept is concerning a bowl suitable for determination. When accepting food into a smaller bowl not suitable for determination or another vessel filling above the brim is not an offense. Food served on a paper or leaf or another vessel kept on top of the rice to reach the level higher than the rim may be accepted. These are not offences for the Samaneras. They become offences only for the higher ordained bhikkhus. Following disciplinary precepts, if broken by Samaneras, do require punishment. If broken by Samaneras, do require punishment. 5. Sakkacham Pindapatam Pujisamiti Sikka Karaniya. Food must be consumed with conscious attention to it. Consumption of food must not be done playfully and carelessly. 6. patta sannani pinda patam bunjisamiti sikka karaniya. Food must be consumed with conscious attention to the bowl. It is an offense to consume food looking around disrespectfully. 7. Sapa Dhanam Pindapatam Bujjisamiti Sikka Karaniya. Food must be taken in a methodical manner and not from random points in the vessel. 8. Samasupakam Pindapatam Bujjisamiti Sikka Karaniya. Pulses are to be consumed proportionally to the rice. Consuming a lot of pulse disrespectfully is an offense. It is not an offense for those who have difficulties in consuming food to do so in any manner they desire. 9. Na tu pato oma di tva pindapatam bunjisamiti sikka karniya. Mixing food at the top and consuming it should not be done. Consumption must be done beginning at one end. It is not an offense to mix everything and consume when only a small quantity of food is left. 10. Na supam va vyanjanam va odanena patichadesami viyogayatam upadayati sikha karaniya. Curry should not be covered with rice in order to obtain more curries. It is not an offense to consume what has been covered by those who served. It is not an offense to consume what has been covered by those who served the food. It is not an offense to consume what has been covered by those who served food. 11. Na supam va odanam va agilano uttano attaya vinna petva bunjisamiti sikka karaniya. Anyone who is not ill should not ask for rice or curries for consumption. It is not an offense to ask for the use by another. It is also not an offense to ask from relatives or kappiyas. It is also not an offense to ask for anything prepared by using one's own wealth. It is indecent to ask lay people to bring specific items of food. Therefore, one must get used to be satisfied with whatever is offered by the lay people. 12. Na ujjana sanni paresam pattam olo kessamiti sikka karaniya. One should not look at another's bowl with intent to insult. It is not an offense to look with the intention of giving whatever is short or get someone to offer someone. Or get someone to offer some. 13. Na timahantam kabalang karisamiti sikka karaniya. It is not proper to consume large lumps of rice. Mayurandam ati mahuntam kukutandam atikadakam tesam vemachapamano. Peacock egg is very large. Fowl egg is very small. Vinaya commentaries show that a lump of rice in between these two sizes is sufficient. Therefore, medium-sized lumps should be consumed. Parimandalam alopam karisami tisika karaniya. Perfectly spherical lumps should be made and consumed. Long lumps of rice should not be consumed. It is not an offense to do so by mistake. It is an offense to do so due to lack of care. 15. Na atahet anahate kabale mukhadwaram va vivarisami tisika karniya. The mouth should not be opened before the lump of rice reaches the mouth. 16. Na bunjamano sabham hatam mukhe pakhi pisamiti sikakarniya. When consuming food, the whole hand should not be entered into the mouth. Na sakabalena mukhena bharisamiti sikakarniya. One should not speak with food in the mouth. This precept is broken by speaking with so much food in the mouth that the words cannot be properly pronounced. It is not an offense to speak with a small quantity of food in the mouth. That would not obstruct speech. 18. Na pindukhe pakam bhutissamiti sikakarniya. Food should not be consumed by tossing into the mouth. 19. Na kabala vachedakam bhunjissamiti sikakarniya. Lumps of rice must not be bitten at when consuming food. It is not an offense to do so with sweetmeats. 20. Na avagandhakarakam bunjisamiti sikkakarniya. Food should not be stuffed between the jaws and eaten as done by monkeys. It is not an offense to consume fruit in this manner. 21. Na hatani dukkam bunjisamiti sikkakarniya. Food must not be consumed by shaking food off. Food must not be consumed while shaking off food off the hand. It is not an offense to shake the hand to throw away dirt and rubbish. 22. Na sittavakarakam bunjisamiti sikkakarniya. Grains of rice should not be thrown about while consuming food. Bhikkhus should get used to consuming food without spilling even a single grain of rice. It is not an offense if some grains of rice are spilled while removing rubbish. 23. Na vihanichakaram bunjasamiti sikkakarniya. Tongue should not be put out while consuming food. Na kappu japu karam bunjisamiti sikakanya. Should not make a noise while consuming food. Na suru suru karakam bunjisamiti karaniya. Sucking noise as suru suru should not be made while consuming food. Some people make such a sucking noise when drinking things such as gruel and milk. It should not be done. 26. Na hatta ni lekakam bunjisamiti sikkakarniya. Fingers should not be licked when consuming food. It is an unpleasant sight for bystanders. 27. Na patani lekam bunjisamiti sikkakarniya. One should not scrape the bowl with the fingers and eat. Na uttani lekam bunjisamiti sikkakarniya. When consuming food, one should not lick the lips. 29. Na samisena hattena paniyatalakam patigayasamiti sikkakarniya. One should not accept a water container with a hand soiled with food. If a part of the hand is soiled, it is not wrong to accept with another part of the hand. Accepting for washing is not an offense. 30. Na sasitakam patadhoanam antargahe chadesamiti sikkakarniya. Water containing grains of rice from washing the bowl should not be thrown in the inner village. It is not an offense to throw it after separating or dissolving the grains of rice. Discarding into a vessel kept for collecting water is not an offense. These precepts must be observed to develop ways of consuming food in a disciplined manner that would not cause unpleasantness and revulsion to the bystanders and other bhikkhus partaking of food. The eating area should not be dirtied by spilling water, rice, curries, bones and skins. One should not accept food in quantities greater than is required. Items such as curd must be consumed without making a clattering noise with the spoons. Noises from clearing the throat and blowing the nose, which result in unpleasantness to others, should not be made. One should not ask for specific things to be brought.